I think some people really reflect and really value being pushed to reflect. Obviously some people feel defensive, but often I think people, I come in a trusted position, if you like. They're trusting me to come in to support them, and so I will often say, I will challenge you and ask some simple but not necessarily easy questions, and so up front I try and get people to be kind of ready for that, and then I think they welcome the challenge and can almost at times laugh at themselves that how can
I didn't even think about it.
How can they not be able to not give me a good answer, and I won't accept a sort of the initial answer. Again, I'll often probe, so why is it the right thing to do, and again, I think people are often astonished that nobody in their organisation is asking them that.
Yeah, I find that too sometimes when you ask very simple things. I haven't thought about this actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
This sort of busy hamster wheel that everyone's on. There isn't this stopping and reflecting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've noticed in the last sort of year when I've run some leadership programs and within my work that I ask people what do they want to get out of the program, and there's an overwhelming sense of people wanting time to reflect. I think, wow, you and your company invested all this money, and I've got lots of great leadership theory and practice we're going to do, and you just want time to reflect. And that's a real sort of symptom or real kind of characteristic of what it's like in the really noisy, busy workplaces that leaders are in. And actually it's good that a lot themselves recognise they need that reflection time. But I think that is increasingly something that I find, I'm trying to give people that space, not to shove them full of more leadership theory, but actually what they need is that time to reflect and themselves find the answers they already know, to kind of check why they're doing the things they're doing, and to go through some of those processes that actually aren't scheduled in on a daily basis, and somehow it's often discussing how can we get this reflection time to be part of your daily life.
Why do you think we've lost that?
The noise, the technology. As soon as the meeting finishes, people are looking at their phones, onto missed calls, onto emails, and those things drag people away from that reflection time again at the end of a meeting, to actually stop and think, did we achieve what we needed to achieve? How much impact did I have personally to have that personal learning? Did I really get people on board I needed to get on board in that meeting? Did I build the relationships I needed to build? How effective was I at chairing it? Whatever it might be, were we really clear about getting what we needed to get out of that meeting? Those reflection review points are lost because they're sucked away by that sense of I've got to get to the next email or to the next missed voice message on my phone. So I think that those habits, those work phone habits, are probably a big part of it, and just that demand, if you like, within a working day now. So many people expecting answers quicker. People feeling they want to be very accessible, which is a good thing generally, but again, lots of people coming and pulling you in different directions that may not fit with your priorities. Managing that.
So we should prescribe leaders a bit more of a silent retreat or something.
Well, I suppose it's finding that, a silent retreat within each day.
Yeah.
A silent sort of, the 10, 15 minutes of absolutely of going for a walk, switching off and reviewing and reflecting, and then being able to build for the next, whatever it is, the next meeting, on the last one, rather than a sense of you sort of turn up and in the meeting you halfway through you work out what you're there for. And then there's a terrible meeting culture happening at the moment in lots of organisations. Again, that's something I challenge. Lots of time sucked into meetings and actually not getting the quality that's required out of that collective time spent together.
Yeah.
So it's another area that I think, again, once you get people to stop and reflect, then it's possible to improve.